Hey guys, welcome to Things Police See, the Instagram channel, the YouTube channel, and the Facebook page. I just wanted to come on here and let you know the direction I plan on taking the channel in. So had a cancellation today for an interview, so I figured why not hop on live and let you guys know what my thoughts were for moving forward. So the channel has, the podcast has been, it's been great. It's been going on 4 or 5 years now. The growth has been steady, and I'm really happy with it. It's been going in the right direction. Obviously, if you follow one of these pages, that the podcast is, the goal of the podcast is to hear the stories totally unedited, unfiltered from the men and women of law enforcement who do the job, who live the life, and who experience these incredible and a lot of times unbelievable things in their career, and to inspire people and to get people to back the profession and to really get a better understanding of what it is that they actually do at work. Because to me, I am a police officer, but when I hear these stories, they still blow me away. I still think they're totally incredible and unbelievable. And the fact that someone could do a 20 or 30 year career in this job is just amazing to me. These people are amazing. These people are smart, capable, and the fact that they dedicate their lives to it is totally, it's just amazing. It's amazing. So I wanted to come on here and let you guys know, recently I got Instagram, I guess Instagram passed that I could do lives there. I don't even know what that will look like. And I've been thinking about it a lot. And, the channel's kind of, it's been growing steadily over the last 4 or 5 years, but it's very slow. And I know I have a lot of faith. I have absolute faith in the quality of the stories that these guests tell. They're just so good. They're unbelievable to me, to the point where I've had producers and directors contact me. The show is regularly poached by Hollywood. They call and they want information, contact info for my past guests, more information on this story or that. A lot of times I contact the person and they do want to be on camera, and other times some law enforcement legends don't want anything to do with it. They just say, "Hey, thanks, but no thanks. I got enough going on in my life. I'm not into it. I don't want to make a second career out of going on shows that dissect the cases that I did. I've had enough." So I know the show gets a lot of eyes. I was on, I got picked to be on a Discovery Channel show because of the show. But all that being said, it's still not, it's really, I think there's a ton of potential here, and no credit to me, all credit to the people that come on and tell these incredible stories, and I think it's mostly my fault. It'd be easy to blame the algorithm and say, it's a police show, it's law enforcement, it's not being pushed out to the right streams or shorts or whatever the lingo. Now I sound like an old person. Like whatever the things are that get people to look at these things. But the truth is, it's a long format interview show, and if you're not making shorts all the time and just kind of just selling that constantly, you're just not going to get eyes on the show. But what I blame mostly is me. It's just, I've not put the time in with it. Like, I've just been riding on the great interviews and the growth of the show, and just kind of relying on that to get listeners. And it's worked out. I mean, the word of mouth on the show is really good, but I see the potential, and I really want to capitalize on that. I want the show to grow. I want more people to see the show, to hear what these men and women do, and to be inspired. Like the best email that I get is the emails, and I get them often. Thank God that these young men and women are inspired by the stories they hear from the guests that come on the show. They want to become police officers. They want to serve because of the podcast. I've got graduation pictures from police academy, people saying, I was on the fence, but then I decided to do it because of the people on your show, really inspired me. So I think it's important, and I think it deserves my attention, and I should put some more work into it. So that's what I plan to do. I came on here to tell you that. It's not I didn't come on to do a live Q&A or anything like that. Of course, if you ask a question or interact, I will answer, but that's not the point of the video. The point is just to tell you that I plan on doing additional content. I really need to. I've said it before and I've tried before. I've got, there's spurts where I had time off, where I would do live streams and things like that. And I just couldn't keep up with it. So I'm thinking that what I want to do is do 2 additional episodes a month. And I want to do live streams. I want to have past guests on as co-hosts. I want to have, the great Ken Roybal, my good friend Ben Peters. He's a local guy that likes to come on. He's a police officer. I want to have him come on often. I'm investing a little bit in like another camera, a good camera for people to come over in studio so they can come on and we can do it in person. It's just so much better in person. It's not really possible for a lot of the guests that I get to do it in person, but I think it adds a whole nother dimension to it when the people are in studio together. So I'm trying to do that, and I really want to do more of it, and I want to make a point to be dedicated to it. So what you can expect is a couple live streams a month. You can expect we'll do some police video breakdowns on there. We're definitely going to push back against the culture that we're seeing in our country right now. There's no way around it. I don't like getting crazy political, but there's kind of no way around it with a lot of this stuff. So we definitely will be pushing back against the culture and just cop related stories and not cop related stories. I like weird stuff too. I like the weird and bizarre news stories that I read. I think they're fun to talk about. I love doing the interviews and getting these stories out there, but it's also really fun to just, crack wise on what's going on in our world, So I'm going to try to do that more often and try to be consistent about it. So I just wanted to come on and tell you that. That's what I plan on doing. And the plan is also to, completely transparent and upfront. The Patreon's grown, and the Patreon in the advertise the ads that get inserted through my podcast platform they've risen to the point where they almost are enough to pay my mortgage. And I'm looking at myself and working a ton as a cop, and then looking at what's coming in from the podcast, and I'm like, man, I don't put like hardly any hours into the podcast, and it provides this great, it pays all the bills for the show. It gives me money at the end of the month to pay my bills, and I'm really paying no attention to it. So it's going to be geared towards Patreon, is what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna do the live on all the platforms. I'm gonna put it out initially for the live stream, but then the replay I'm going to have on Patreon. So if you wanted to see the video, or if you missed it, it will only be on Patreon. And then I'm going to have a separate RSS feed for a podcast version of the live stream that you'll get if you join Patreon. And those are the folks that are really keep the boat afloat and really help me do this thing that I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. It's like I said, it's a huge blessing. I thank God for it all the time. It's really cool. And I blame myself for not putting more energy into it. It's become easy to rip out the interviews. These men and women I have on are like, they're really good. Like a lot of cops are just really good at telling stories and telling their experiences. So I don't even have to do that much editing. I just have to pay for all the stuff to get it out there. So I'm going to be putting more stuff in myself. And I just want to come on here to say, let me look at some comments here. Been on this for 2 years. Thanks for this podcast. Excited for the future of the podcast. Thank you so much, Andrew. I truly appreciate it. Jen Bassett says, life gets in the way sometimes, my friend, the number of years I've known you. You're always doing a lot. Proud you, Steve. Thank you, Jen. I really appreciate that. Let's see who else here. I'm not a cop, so I can really push back against the craziness. Yeah, that's the other thing. It is a challenge. It's hard to come on, and it's a delicate balance. So when you're a police officer, like I have a rule, when I'm in uniform and I'm on duty, I never talk politics. I don't get into it with people. I let them say what they want to say, and I generally don't push back or give my opinion. And it's just my personal feeling that when you're in uniform and you're an extension of the law, the citizens don't need to hear your opinion politically or otherwise. I don't really get into it. Now, there's been times before when I'm dealing with someone who's struggling with mental illness or struggling with addiction, where I will share my faith, my Christian faith, if I think it's going to help them, if I think they're going to be receptive to hearing that. I will do that as a Christian. I feel like I have to do that. And I just feel a real pull to do it now. Share it. If they drop it and it means nothing to them, whatever, I will still do that, because basically Christianity and my belief in Christ Jesus takes precedent over everything. But it's not the same with politics. So when I'm in uniform, you cannot bait me, trick me, goad me into getting political. I won't do it. I think I'm well aware that my salary is paid by the government, and there's varying views, and I don't want anybody to get anything misconstrued and feel like I might treat them differently because of my political views. So I don't get into it at all. And that being said, when you go live with stuff and you discuss stories, there's always the risk that someone's going to hear that and say, oh, this guy's a cop, I know where he works. It's so easy to find me or any other cop and pitch a bitch about it. Just be upset that I have these political views and it's not in alignment with the community and all these things. So I do have to be careful, but I would just love to be so much less careful. I really would. I got 17 years in the retirement system, and if I could somehow build up this podcast to be a thing in my life, I would absolutely retire early and really let it rip. I absolutely would. But for now, as long as I speak what I believe is true and is in line with my religion, I feel like I'm fine. I don't feel like anybody can get me for that. But it is tricky. It is tricky getting into a show like this, and that's kind of why I've tiptoed around it before. Jacob says this podcast is one of the reasons I've applied to be an officer. I'll find out this week if I'm beginning this career. Keep up the great work, Steve. Thank you, brother. That is the number one best email or message that I get, that the show is actually making police officers, because it really is. It's such an important job. It's an ancient profession that we need so badly. To say otherwise, you are a complete fool to think that society can go on without law enforcement, people enforcing the laws of the land and keeping people in order. People are not capable of doing that. People need protection. They need the Night's Watch out there. They need the cops out there, and they need to be enforcing the laws of the land. They say all the time, if we would only enforce the laws that are on the books, 90% of our problems would go away, including the border and everything else. But we don't. That's the big problem. Let's see here. Patrick Joseph, love the podcast, Steve. Your harbor master advice was very helpful. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I was a harbor master back in a past life. Absolutely. I truly was. Let me see. Patrick Joseph. Also, I'm trying hard to get you a Mass EPO on, as well as a couple buddies down here on the Cape. That would be fantastic, man. I would love that. I'm actually good friends with like a major in the EPOs, buddy of mine. And I'd love to get a Mass EPO on. Environmental police is a cool gig. I tried to get into that when I was younger, and it's incredibly competitive. They don't, I think full cadre, they're like 300 or 400 officers, and there's like 75 of them less. Unbelievably, for a state that espouses all these environmental beliefs and latches on to all the things. They really don't embrace their game wardens, which is insane to me. We've always thought the state police are going to absorb the EPOs, the mass game wardens, and it will become like a state police thing. It's not happened, but they really are not taking care of the way they should be in this state. Joel Lewis, what is happening? I just tuned in. What's up, man? What's up, Joel? I was just telling everybody the direction the show is going on, my man. I'm trying to add some more content and be more dedicated to what's going on. Let me see. Joel said, or Patrick said, pretty sure every NRO or headmaster I've met wants to be an EPO. Yeah, that's in some cases, an NRO is like a natural resource officer. It's kind of unique to Cape Cod. It's a position that holds a lot of different. They get sworn in as a lot of different enforcement arms, but you get to be local. You get to be where you grew up on the Cape, and with an EPO, it wouldn't be exactly the same. So I get what you're saying, though, guys. So I just wanted to come on here, give a little spiel. I had a interview cancel, and I want to let you know where my heart was with the show and what I plan on doing. Like I said, there's some more things to get straightened out. Like, let me show you. Okay, hold on. Stand by, everybody. Let me put on the guest camera. There it is. So here you're looking at where the guest will be for in studio. Right now you can see like the rest of my basement and the chair and the microphone. But there will be. I ordered a green screen to go there so I can add any background I want, and a monitor for them to, and a new camera and a monitor for them to be able to see what I'm putting up on the screen. So, whoops. A lot more goes into it than you think, and it always sounds like a good idea in my head where I'm like, I'm going to do more episodes. I'm going to do live streams. And then when I try to do them, it's like, I don't feel like I have the time. But I do have the time. It's my own fault. I can make it happen, and I will. So, guys, I love you. I love all the support. It's been truly an amazing ride. If you told me 4 years ago that people would be supporting me through Patreon and donating money, and I'd be getting 30 or 40,000 downloads a month for the podcast, I would have been like, wow, really? That's amazing. I mean, now that I'm here and I've heard all these stories these men and women tell, yeah, I get it. I mean, they are incredible. The stories are incredible. Some of these guys that come on, I can't believe they even did the job for as long as they did. So, yeah, check it out. If you really love the show and you want to show your support, you can do that on Patreon. If not, have no fear. The show will remain free. The 2 live streams a month, you'll be able to get them if you catch them live. Otherwise, they're going to go just straight to the Patreon members. But, yeah, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining in and interacting with me, and I'll catch you guys soon.